I also came prepared.
Yeah, good. Check these out. Check it. It's getting pretty good, eh? More than last time. A little
Yeah,
bit more.
you've been walking.
I've been, not as much.
As much.
Wait till the next time I gotta do a weight cut. That'll be all the way through.
You want to do a weight cut now?
Uh, I would like to pull Alizan Muratov,
Hmm.
left hand, at 115
Okay.
or potentially 105 at some point. I can make those classes. I still can. I know that now I'm massive, but I can still make those
But
classes.
like, all this weight fluctuation is it's not really healthy.
I don't know. What do you think is unhealthy about now? Okay,
Your
okay.
your body goes through unnecessary stress. All your organs are put to stress when you gain the weight, and then you come down. You again put yourself to the stress. It's
I mean, people say stress like it's a bad thing.
there's different kinds of stress.
Hmm. I agree.
So it can be always. It can be like good, something it's kind of weird thing that you know people be afraid from the stress.
The
But when it's
weight
too much.
gain is, I think, more difficult than the weight loss. And when I think about like health,
Mm.
the weight gain is probably less. The weight loss,
100%.
oh man, my body is so happy when I go down. Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
My body was so happy at 105.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. My body's like, oh, thank you. Yeah, let's do that again.
And
Yeah.
you're like, nah,
Right.
nah,
No,
nah.
no, it's more fun in the supers. Mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly. It is like I do want to keep pulling at 105 and 115. If there's, I think, a good match. And, uh, my left, I've been training it. I have been. I've been training it. I think I would like to test it out now in the supers and in the classes. And I don't know if I'm worthy of it, but I think I can cause some problems left-handed now. So,
Do you have like, let's say, okay, you don't go straight from the title shot. Where do you go?
well, that's it. I think that look it. I think that there could be a strong argument made that I do go directly for a title shot at 115,
Mhm.
just based off of my resume. I have I have done good things in the past in my left. And I am training now. I am. And who is a good opponent for Alizan at 115? Because it's not even so much about me, it's about Alizan. So who is a good opponent at 115 for Alizan? And
Mhm.
I'm saying that I can make the class
Mhm.
and I am willing.
Mm.
So it's not so much that am I the guy, it's Alizan needs
Who
an opponent.
else?
Who
Yeah.
else?
Yes.
Who else? Yeah. I
Yeah.
could I could I think I could maybe shake it up. My left is not what my right is, but
Mhm.
it's really getting quite good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been training it since I pulled Levon.
Is Alajan because he's awesome?
Yeah.
That's why he's the target?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to pull matches that are challenging. Obviously, if it's for a world title right away, that's super cool. Alizan is regarded by the arm wrestling community as the pound for pound best guy out there in the left hand division. I think he sits naturally around 100, even when he's pretty full. He pulls in the 105 comfortably, and his dominance extends all the way to 115. Um, me, my weight fluctuates, but no problem 115. So I would propose an intersection there. And if I was successful, then, well, who knows? Maybe I could try him at 105.
Mhm.
I think that's very challenging. I think that's, it is, anytime you talk world title, I think that, well, it doesn't get any better than that. So yeah, that is interesting to me. Um, yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Okay, left hand, that might be the future. That might be the next event or something later.
Maybe.
Well, right now it's right arm.
Yeah,
It's the big rematch.
yes,
It's the big rematch.
yeah.
Question: do you think Georgia hates or loves you?
Uh,
What
I,
what you feel here? What you have felt?
a lot of love.
A lot of love.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that you get what you give a lot. And I've been very open and public about the deep respect I have for the Georgian athletes. Ask me anytime, anywhere, and I'll tell you, Levon's the greatest champion that we've ever had. I'll tell you that Georgia has more champions than any other country. I'll say that every time I pull a Georgian, it doesn't matter who they are, they're strong. My favorite arm wrestlers, a lot of them are Georgians. I've been beaten by Georgians, okay? Twice by Levon, once by Genadi. I tell stories about how we have a Georgian kid who moved to Canada. He's a national champion. I know the strength of the Georgian people. I think it's incredible. Am I here to fight? And I think that they respect fighters. I think that they love fighters here. And yeah, I'm here to fight their probably most spirited fighter. Their most passionate fighter is arguably Genadi. And I'm here to go head to head with them. And I have not shown up to lose. And I think that they respect that. I think that the Georgian people know that, after the fight is done, this is sport. This is sport. This is not war. There is a division. And I think that the Georgian people, you look in the streets, you look politically, what it means to be a Georgian. They are a country that has been in the middle of wars for a very long time. I think that they cherish peace, they understand war, and they love sport. And I've come here to kick Genadi's ass on the arm wrestling table, and I think they respect that.
So you already met Genadi.
Yeah.
Is he bigger since the last time you saw him?
He looks about the same. He looks about the same. Like Genadi, we talked about weight. He's a little bit heavier than me, but not much. Not much now. I've definitely closed up the gap a lot. Yeah, all the Georgians, I'm sure, are going to fight like never before, here in their capital. Genadi, I am sure, especially after everything I've said, he does not want to lose to me, especially the way that I've talked about wanting to make him lose to me. So I expect he's quite ready. I expect he's ready for a fight. Yeah.
I think he definitely is, but it's a very tough challenge. It's
Yeah.
different version of Devon Larratt.
Well, there's a lot of factors that go into arm wrestling. The truth is, the only truth we have here is that he beat me last time. It was 3-2, and I think that everybody agrees that it was a close match. And I think that it was close enough that we were all ready to play that thing back almost immediately. Yeah, we were ready to run that thing back.
I think right there you set up for a
Yeah,
rematch.
we did.
Both of you.
Both of us.
Let's go.
Yep. Because I think that we both knew it was a really good match, and we thought it was going to be like that even before we showed up. We've both been looking for that. This match we tried to set it up back in WAL. We've been trying to get this match off for a long time. I mean, I've watched Genadi Kvikvinia, sliding across the stage at WAF, freaking out on Genadi's a superstar. I've wanted to pull him forever. We did it. It was the way we thought it was going to be. So there has been, some differences, a different path for both of us since the last time we faced. He had a bicep injury, and
you had a bicep injury?
I had a bicep injury before. Right? So I've probably
I just thought about things you could share.
Yeah, we both have bicep injuries. He had surgery, I didn't. I have really half of a bicep now. But my body's all adapted to that. But yeah, I don't know exactly the state of the arm, but the body compensates, and a year and a half for an elite world level athlete, it isn't actually a ton of time. I don't suspect he will actually be 100%. I in that area, in that component of arm wrestling. Like, I don't expect that his, whatever that is, it might not be perfect yet, but he will have other things that might actually have gotten stronger. I don't like to get too confident,
I talked with Vasily Dautashvili
Yeah.
in Paso, and
Uh-huh.
he said before match versus Michael Todd, he said that he didn't think that Gennady could win a round. He said, and I said, like, what is now? He's like, now he's actually strong. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, that's better.
Okay. Okay. So he's improved
He's improved, yeah. But it's been what it's been 3 months, 4 months, right?
since Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was brutal match.
Yeah. Good match.
Yeah.
Good match.
We asked many times, like, what was the lesson you learned, right? Because you lost the match. What do you think is the lesson he learned from your first fight?
Um, what did he learn from arm wrestling me? Well, he probably learned that we are pretty close, and that I probably had a little bit of a hand advantage, and he probably had a little bit of a shoulder advantage. But it was pretty close. I don't know that there was a ton to be learned other than that. Like he was probably, and it was close, because even on the inside, I mean, I got him on the inside, he got me on the inside. I got him quickly on the inside, he got me quickly on the inside. He won in a prolonged battle on the inside, I won in a prolonged. The only thing that we really established is the top roll only worked in that first round, before he figured out that he could counter that with a flop.
The flop. Yeah.
So it kind of took that move out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of removed the flop and it kind of removed the top roll.
Mm-hmm.
So we were both stuck in more hook style arm wrestling. So maybe he thinks that there's a good chance it's going to go hook. Now the bicep is a major component in hook arm wrestling. So maybe he will be leaning more towards really forcing that press in. Maybe that's his takeaway. Maybe his takeaway is that he just needs a little bit of money and he's like, I got an opportunity to pull Devon because I got no chance to beat him at all. Now that I shouldn't think that way. I think
You shouldn't think that.
I shouldn't think that
No,
way.
no. I seen you overconfident before.
Yeah,
But
no, I'm not.
Gennady, we all know he's a fighter.
Yeah.
And we all know that what is at stake at this match.
Yeah.
So you get this win. What is the path you feel like you're on? What does it lead to?
Well,
one more time.
It's funny, right?
It's funny, like, because a month ago, like, I would say how this, a month ago, no one was really talking about it. Then, like, Brett Grundy went to pull you.
Yeah.
Then I talked with Ian Carnegie.
Yeah.
And they're all like, listen.
It's an interesting path, this arm wrestling path, when you love the sport and you stay committed and you just keep working and things go up and things go down and you learn things and you meet people and your expertise just continues to improve. Have I improved since I've pulled Levon? I think I've massively improved. Massively. And
what areas?
my strength.
Strength. Physical strength.
Physical strength.
In some specific positions? Like arm wrestling positions?
My hand.
Hand.
I think so. And I think that there's physical strength and there's also a technical aspect. After Levon this last time, I physically completely crashed out. I fasted. I cut all the way down to 229.
You made it look like Chan Shaw has a chance.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the way down to 229. Auden was beating me on the regular. Like, I was having a really tough time at the club. Like, my pulling style during that period, being weak is great for your technique. It's great. It's one of the best things you can do is get weak for your arm wrestling technique. So during this time period, my technique really, really refined when I was fasted, when I was really light, and I stayed light for quite a while.
Because you couldn't just stay there, right?
No,
You needed to start.
just little things, just little subtle movements in the wrist, just slight angle adjustments. And so my style changed. And then, the rebuilding process. Once I started rebuilding, I was shocked how quickly things came back. Like really fast. Like as soon as I turned my head around, it was like, okay, time to get serious again. Like it was almost an instantaneous switch. And and then I committed to the 105 pound class, a kilo class. I really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that entire process. That lighter weight for me, it makes me feel really healthy. To operate in that division, I really like it. I like to weigh, 250, 60 pounds, cut to 105. It's perfect for me. But the thing is I also really like a good challenge. I really like the challenge of the super heavyweight division, and the strength came back like crazy after Oleg. Like, my preparation. I initially thought I was going to pull Morozov. I was training as if I was going to be pulling Morozov on this event. Yeah, which I knew was going to be difficult. I was like, okay, super heavyweight world title, on the left. I probably shouldn't be here, but I'm going to take a run at it. And I based my training a lot around practice. So not a lot of things you can really measure well, but I was doing 4 practices a week, consecutive days, and I started to really push in those practice sessions. Really push. Like, I always love practice. I always like to work hard at practice, but it was different, There was something that happened to my mind before I pulled Levon in the ketamine sessions. And a lot of pieces of my life aligned so that I'm like way more of a monk now than I've ever been, like in terms of like the simplicity in my life. Like my life is more simple now than it's ever been. Like in terms of I have my family and I have arm wrestling, and there's really not a lot outside that. And it just so happens that a lot of my family is now arm wrestling also. Yeah. So it's just the whole house is on the same page. We're all eating, sleeping, and training. It's very simple, our house. But during this time period, it got to where I was like going to practice and I was doing a lot of two-hand work. Like, and yeah, I started to think maybe things were different, So we'll see. We'll see. If I think I'm worthy, I will definitely do it again. I won't do it unless I actually think that there's a chance. And I think that I'm still a little ways away. We'll see how I do with Genadi. I expect to win. I don't want to even think about going to the very top unless I pull all the guys that I missed the first time. Morozov. Vitaly. Of course, Vitaly.
That is a must.
That name just keeps.
Like, how is Vitaly not pulled all the best guys?
Right.
Just a few.
Of course.
Just how?
Yeah, that match will happen. Yeah. It will happen. I'm a little bit confused about the next year, and I'm not really in a rush because I also know how good Levon is, and I don't want to do it just to pull him because I know exactly how strong this guy is. He's an abomination, so I have to be something very different, Like I have to be sitting at like, in my opinion, I have to be like 330 pounds comfortable. And I'm not talking about big belly. I'm talking about 330 pounds. Gym. Stable. You need
to go to gym.
With cardio.
And gym.
Listen, everybody's telling me to go to gym.
Something. Just anything. Just bench presses, pull-ups, even squats.
I mean, really? Do you really? Why? Well, no, okay. I love this discussion.
So, like, that doesn't matter. But you will build a muscle and that muscle will take up all that space, and you will gain that weight. So there's a difference. Like if all the weight now is in your belly,
Okay, and I'm saying that
it's not functional weight.
100% it's not
Yeah,
functional.
get to the gym.
But okay, look at I'm not arguing about the stomach being a problem.
Yeah.
I know it's a problem. Look, I'm trying to gain the weight as quickly as I'm trying to feed my body so that I can get better, get stronger. And I talk to so many people and they all say, get to the gym, Devin, get to the gym. So many people that I love and respect tell me, get to the gym, get to the gym. And I'm like two things. I'm like, one, I've never been scared of a guy who outbenches me. I've never been scared of a guy.
That's not about that. It's that weight you want to put on,
Yeah.
you're going to put it on much more easily. You don't have to think like I'm there to get stronger. It doesn't matter. You get more muscle mass and you get that weight. You can't get that weight anywhere else.
What if I get it
Hypertrophy is a
just in the chains of arm wrestling?
But you still can do it in a gym. So there's the way you train, right? The way you train is not mostly hypertrophy training, but because you do it so much, it causes hypertrophy. So muscles get bigger. That's why you have big muscles, right? But you could literally just go once, twice a week and just do heavy workout. Like even like Mensa style, where you go really hard and just relax and you're going to grow.
A lot of people tell me this, Ray. Maybe I will wake up to it. I'll tell you, there are other reasons why I'm not just jumping on board with that. You have to understand.
You're afraid it might change your style?
It's not. It's,
you know, the angles and everything?
There is that as well.
Just build your ass. Just do squats.
Yeah. It'd be better than having it in the stomach, that's for sure.
Like I would think if you start doing, let's say, just leg training, just even classic squats, you'll gain like 20 pounds in a month, like nothing, and you'll be like, damn it.
Yeah, but look, to me, it's the weight is, you know, if I could be an arm wrestler who weighs a certain weight, this is great. I don't need gym muscle, you know. And the other
but you can't gain it that way. I don't believe it. You can gain the arm wrestling muscle. What you mean? Like I don't think it's gonna transfer there. But if you go to gym and you do some rows, some back work, you will get bigger back, stronger back. Bigger shoulders, stronger shoulders. It will help your internal rotation, external rotation, all those things. Your pulling power will go up. I guarantee you.
I hear all that. I do. I hear you. I'll say another thing. I'll say that what you're looking at here is someone who's been in many, many battles. Okay. And I've had surgeries. You know, it could be argued that I'm like a physically like almost disabled in a lot of ways, because I'm telling you, I've had so many injuries over the years, and not just arm wrestling stuff, you know, but like, you know, I've smashed my body up so much that it doesn't really like to do bench press. It doesn't. It's not like
but you could do dumbbells. You could do anything. You could do even. Do you do push-ups? You could do push-ups.
Right. I used to do thousands of push-ups.
I know. That's too much. That's the thing. You do everything too much, where you go on the opposite and you burn off the muscle. You can talk to any guy that has been doing sports science or anything. They will tell you like.
I know they all do.
Just get to the gym.
I hear it from every single one of you guys.
Because then you get that muscle that is functional, and then you can stop going, and the muscle will stay because you're active. So all the work you always do, the muscle doesn't go away because you're still active. But it may not make the size or anything, but you still will stay in that strength.
Or
This
I
guy.
could just wrist curl. I could do pumpkin training.
Pumpkin training.
I could go for 330 pounds, pumpkin style, all right here.
All right there.
Just
Yeah.
right there.
But again, it comes with training methodics and strategies, and you have to understand like not everything. If you do this again 100 times, you might not get the same effect as doing it 10 times with so much resistance where it's hard to do it. Like, does your muscles even get sore after training? You know what I mean? Like, do you even get sore?
I go to sleep in pain almost every day.
I don't believe you.
Almost every day. I wake up and the first thing I do is I check. Am I still okay? Am I still all right? And it's a daily repetition of pounding this piece of iron over and over and over. Believe me when I say I am on threshold.
Really?
Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
See, that might be taking it too far.
Well, look at
The same with eating. You go to buffet and you destroy
how
the
far
buffet,
do you have to go to be the best?
I think you have done that work. Like, you have it. No one will take away all those things, and plus you can do it. But if you would incorporate gym twice a week, just building general strength on some general things, the benefits you would get, you would feel crazy.
I like this discussion. I've had it for decades.
Please do it. Listen, if you're going for the third one, please do it.
You know, so many people tell me, but based on my own observation.
Damn it, Devon.
Listen, Ray, I am willing to do whatever it takes. It's just nobody has been able to convince me, because I'm telling you, from my observation, when I go to events, when I compete, or when I practice, or when I think about arm wrestling, you know, I know the chains that I need to strengthen. I know the points of failure.
Okay.
I know why I win and lose a match. And none of it has to do with the squat, deadlift, bench press, shoulder press, row, none of it.
But it has to do with muscles.
But none of the muscles that are involved in those movements.
They are a little bit.
Come on.
There's capacity. There's different. There's why you have general training and specific trainings. General training for specific sports will build general capacity of the work you can do, and then you can increase your special strength. So just, what do you think, like, when you lost 11, why did you lose? What did you were lacking? Hand strength? You really think you were lacking hand strength?
Hand and arm.
Arm. It was just arm. You were opening up.
Sure.
But if this would be stronger,
more
this
hammer.
Is already strong. So this
100%.
is I would say,
if I had more ability to do this, you know, yes, but it's not a bench.
No, but
it's not a pull up.
But you can work on your bicep curl.
Oh, listen, bicep curl. Look, I don't need. Okay, I love to have this talk. I love it because I have it with everybody.
I know.
And nobody has made me believe it yet.
Okay, think about like this. You're the super specific guy, but again, you pulled so many hours. I don't think anyone has pulled more than you. So you build all that specific strength in working on table. And similar like John did. 99% of the rest of the world have done it in the gym. So there's
so I mean, saying that John Brzezinski did it wrong is not really
No.
I'm not saying he did it pretty good.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right.
I'm saying you can incorporate the best of both worlds.
I agree. Now, when you tell me that people have done it in gym, what I hear when somebody says that they're training for arm wrestling in the gym, I think, okay, they're doing arm wrestling specific motions in the gym. Not I'm going to the gym and I'm doing bench press and squats.
Okay, that was just in like bench press and squats and deadlifts. It's like if you want to gain more muscle mass for your whole body, that's the thing you do. But okay, there's like every specific exercise because it's general variation of it. So if we're doing partial like back pressure lifts, right, you can do full range hammer curls that's gonna lengthen and strengthen the muscle in all those areas. You need kind of both. Like everyone, if you go to Olympic committee, any trainer, and they will explain to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I've talked to those guys.
And they're trying to convince you.
And listen, look, you have to also remember, I'm 49. Okay, I've done all this stuff.
But I think
I have done bodybuilding. I've done.
Don't do bodybuilding.
No, but I'm saying I have done bodybuilding stuff. I grew up doing bodybuilding stuff. I understand the different systems. I understand, why you do this stuff. I get it, but I also understand specific investment.
I
understand that there's only so much energy. Like to say, okay, you have $100 to spend on your body, okay, and you can put, $10 here, $5 here, $15 here. You know, you don't like, why not just put all your resources, and when I say resources, I mean healing capacity. The food you eat, you know, the energy you have, the mental energy that you have to allocate. Like, I know that when I go and do a workout, whether it's a general training or cardio or whatever, it takes energy. It takes energy. It takes away, it puts me a step in a direction that's not necessarily exactly where I'm going. And I know exactly where I'm going. You know, I have this conversation all the time. The only reason in my mind that I go the other way is for injury prevention. You know, that's the only reason that I do it. And I do, like, understand cardio. I get cardio. You know, you have to have a heart that works. You have to have a circulatory system that works, especially as you gain weight. General strength, I get it. It can be leveraged. I understand you build up your body and, you know, then you can specialize it. I understand that too. But man, if I got a tournament in 3 months, it's just so hard for me to believe that I have these, you know, 60 days of training and that I even put a single day into working my delts, you know. I just can't rationalize it. I can't.
But it's again, that's day for you to recover day. It moves blood all around your system. So specific training, you can only train specific parts. This is why they're specific. So, but you need a little bit of the general. Like I would think if you would go to gym once or twice a week and just do some just basic stuff, just some rows, things you need for arm wrestling muscles, and opposite. So because we do all this, a little bit of that, you know what I mean? So it would benefit you like crazy. You first of all, you would gain muscle and you would feel much better, much stronger. Because you, like, Devon, you are in a loop. You're in a loop. And at what point do you think you have too much of this? Like you think, oh, I will never have enough. So you always keep going for it. But maybe you need a little bit of rest. Maybe you need some full range to get to the next level. This is how athletes, they will have season, off season. You don't have off season most of the time.
We will see how I do on Saturday.
Like, but that's not the benchmark. I want you to be.
I mean,
11.
if I
want you,
believe me,
I
want to do that also. But listen, I just don't think that it's all about specifics. To me, it's all about specifics. Like, to me, it's all about how much can I do this? How much can I do this? How much can I do this? How much can my arm angle stay locked? How much can I bring it inside my body? How strong is my grip?
I agree.
You know,
you're the guy that likes experiment. Why won't you do a month? Just a month, but not just.
I did these
the
experiments.
Gym, but just
Ray, understand that I've been arm wrestling competitively for over 30 years. I've been arm wrestling since I was 5. Okay, during this period of my life, I have played on national level sports teams across many different things, whether it's basketball, cross country, fucking Ironman running. You know, I've done a ton of things with my body. I understand all these theories, and I also understand what wins different events. Okay, I knew that when I ran the Ironman, it didn't matter how much I could do in the gym.
Of course.
None of it mattered. It was a non-factor. You know, we had gym days. You know, in basketball, you know, like, it doesn't matter how much you're non-specific. It matters at the top level. How good of a basketball player are you?
Yes.
You want to be a judo guy. How good are you on the mat? You know, you want to be an arm wrestler. It's about arm wrestling. You know,
it is,
and it's very hard for me to rationalize non-specific training. I know that people argue, you know, you should do this, but it's just also at 49, you know, it's difficult to go outside of your grooves, which you spent so long developing, you know, because you can throw these things off. You know, if I start to develop a bench groove or a curl groove, You know, my stuff is so specific. I can do these few things very, very well. While it would be great to be able to do so many other things, you have to play the cards you're given. You know, you have to understand that you can't have everything. You know, it's not about perfection. It's about winning with the hand that you have. You know, I have a certain hand. I mean, a deck of cards. I mean a deck. I have something that I can play with, and I have to make it the best I can make it. And you might see me doing bench, but I don't think you will. I think it'll mostly just be, I will do my specifics. I'll do them as good as I can. I'll try and stay healthy. Maybe you're right, Ray. Maybe I will have a change of heart.
I think, like, listen, if you would, like, let's say you have 5 months to prepare for a very big match, you could literally start. And 1 month, you go to gym like 3 times a week, you just arm wrestle. And if you want, you do your specific training if you want. But that's it. And then after a month, you will feel, if you feel like this helped me or not. You will not gain, you will not lose anything. You can't lose anything.
I've done these experiments.
I don't think you did.
Buddy, believe me.
But not this version. Not this version. That
No, not now. But,
exactly.
But understand
400 pounds.
that I, like,
pounds.
along this journey, I've done all those things.
I know.
I've done the non-specific, phase into specific, non-specific, phase into specific. I've done this routine over and over and over. You know, but at where I am now in my career, I'm very specific. I'm very specialized.
Are you, maybe you're a little bit afraid to, let's say, mess with the balance?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course. Of course, if I start to do, look at my joints, like, I've had surgery on them. Why? Because they're so arthritic, you know, like, they're damaged. Like, they're not like a 25-year-old's healthy, you know. No, they basically, over the course of my lifetime, when I had my surgery, okay, which was in 2000 and, was it 12 or 13 on my right the first time? The doctor told me, he said, you're bone on bone. He said, you're bone on bone. He's like, this surgery will maybe extend your career a couple years. Maybe. He said, you're due for an elbow replacement. Okay. That's in like 2012. Okay. Every time I win, I'm like, buddy, I did another one. He's like, Devon, he's like, I don't know what's going on. You know, like, I'm like that car at the Smash Up Derby that's got the most screwed up body. It's been pounded into place over and over and over. You know, I'm holding on, I'm holding it together, but I hear your argument. I get it. A lot of people tell me this, okay? A lot. It's difficult for me to commit to that. I've run the experiment before.
I would say, listen, if you want to gain muscle and weight, functional, that's the way to do it. I don't see it other way around. You can't out wrist curl and gain 30 kilos. Like, I just don't see that happening. Like, I just don't see. If you do it, like, yeah. Anyway, guys, I tried my best. I tried my best. Yeah. Saturday, Devon versus Genadi, the big rematch. Yeah. You want to say something to Genadi?
Oh, he's heard it all. He knows I'm coming to smoke him. You know, like, my plan is to really teach him a lesson. Really, that's what I want to do. I've talked to a lot of people about what they want to see, what they think I should do, and it'll all come out that night. I'm here to win. That's the first thing in my mind. I want to win this match. But the second I think I can win, I like to mess with people. I really enjoy it, you know. If I perceive any threat whatsoever, I will focus on the win. But if the gap is large, which it may be, I'll make him quit. Yeah.
Guys, live on pay-per-view, East versus West 16, Genadi Kvikvinia versus Devon Larratt.
Pecs and glutes, everybody. That's the way to do it. Pecs and glutes if you want to go to the top.